toe-to-toe for bronze at 97. Elizbar ODIKADZE making his way out for Georgia. Nikolai CEBAN for Moldova making his way up onto the platform tonight. There's a good look at CEBAN. And there is ODIKADZE. Consistent force, nothing spectacular, just always consistent through the years. He was a world and European bronze medalist in 2018. We talked about that strong showing for Georgia in the World Cup in Iowa City and how they left back some of the key cogs. He was one of those guys. ODIKADZE did not make the trip to Iowa City. This is a guy that has always been in that bronze medal match, it seems like, throughout the years, whether it was the World Championships or the Olympic Games. Now, they haven't went his way. He's had a number of near misses in those bronze medal bouts, but he is about as consistent as you come when it comes to going deep into a tournament bracket.
And you hate to cheer for these wrestlers. You try and stay pretty even as possible, but I'll tell you what, last year in the bronze medal bout, ODIKADZE was one guy I was really hoping came out on top, because you mentioned that he's been in so many of these bronze medal bouts and has lost every single one of them in the World Championships, 2014, 15, and 17, 5th place, and then the Olympic Games in 2016, 5th place as well. So 4 5th place finishes at the World and Olympic Games.
So close. That one would sting. CEBAN took it on the jaw. Maybe still seeing some stars, and taking full advantage of it was ODIKADZE, and he is in on a 2. ODIKADZE wasting no time. He sensed the blood in the water. He went right in on the attack after it looked like CEBAN was stunned a little bit from that inadvertent contact. Unable to get any more off that takedown, so he goes up 2-0. Halfway through this first period, CEBAN still wiping away on that jaw where he met that elbow of ODIKADZE.
Stop. Attention. Oh, please. Hey.
Nice referee. He said attention, no fingers, please.
Polite. It's interesting when you're this close to the venue floor, you get to hear some of the banter from our officials or judges or match here, men and women, and they all bring a distinct personality, don't they? Different demeanors, both on the mat and off.
Some say more than others, but either way, they do their job.
30 seconds to go, first period, 2-0 Georgia. Circling back into the center was CEBAN. He sensed he was in danger as heels getting close to that area. Close to giving up that step out point, he will. It should be 1, it is. ODIKADZE goes up 3-0. 8 seconds remaining in the period. I don't know if that was the best designed shot. If you're Nikolai CEBAN, he might want to get that one back.
Yeah, and I think it was the Moldovan coaching staff that was telling him to shoot, and I was trying to tell if it was Moldova or Turkey, because they kept saying shoot, 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 and it ended up being the Moldovan coaching staff, and he was just too far away.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't close the distance, didn't even have his hands on ODIKADZE. And to go from, it's manageable to go from 2-0 into the second period, and that at one point is critical.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up, our final bout of the night. Abdul Rashid Sadulayev, 3-time world champion, Olympic champion, Russia. He will go up against Alexander Gushtin, the 25-year-old from Belarus. Gold medal at 97 to cap off this second day of wrestling. How stunned was the international wrestling world when you found out, I believe it was Wednesday morning, that Sadulayev would indeed be making the trip to Bucharest?
I was stunned because I had been in contact with individuals who are close to Sadulayev, and they said, you know, he didn't compete at the World Cup, which was just a couple of weeks ago in Yakutsk, Russia. Russia ended up winning the World Cup, of course, but he didn't compete there, and they announced that Zaurbek Sidikov is not wrestling, in addition to Zauragoyev, so you think that they're not going to have any world champions wrestling, and then Wednesday they come out and they release their team and they take out Vladislav Baitsev, who was the returning 97-kilo European champion, and insert Sadulayev, so it was shocking to me, I'll tell you that.
I think a lot of people were shocked, a lot of people were excited at the same time.
Very excited, I'll tell you that.
Maybe not the rest of the 97 field, but spectators were excited.
Attention, no fingers, okay, Blue, no fingers.
Both wrestlers getting warned on the fingers again. 2 minutes to go. Final period, bronze medal at 97. It's been a typical Georgia match here. When you watch the career of ODIKADZE, nothing flashy, nothing sensational, just consistent, durable, never makes a mistake type of wrestler. Seems like he's always in the right position. So tough to score on.
Holding position well here, staying in the center of the mat, not allowing CEBAN to get off a shot, has that collar tie, switching it up left side to right side. And really, CEBAN hasn't taken too many offensive attacks outside of the one that came from a couple meters away.
I always look at ODIKADZE as one of the thinking mans out there on the mat. It just seems like, you know, you always hear about the smart quarterback, the guy that watches a ton of film or whatever sport, the accolade, or however you want to describe it. He comes across as one of those guys just because of the positioning, constantly in it. Very, very rarely shoots himself in the foot, always in good position. Perfect example right there.
And he looked over at the clock. He knew he didn't need the takedown. So instead of getting greedy and potentially giving up a counter-offensive takedown, what he did was he just backed out. And that goes right into what you're saying. Just smart wrestling.
Georgia off to somewhat of a slow start, but they're going to finish with a couple of exclamation points, a couple of bronze medals late on this Tuesday night. ODIKADZE circling around. CEBAN says that's enough, and a bronze medal for Georgia. Elisbar ODIKADZE, a bronze.
The winner is Elisbar
3-0 decision win over Nikolay CEBAN from Moldova.